What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Trail Theory Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Pfeiffer.
What's going on, everybody? Alex here from Trail Theory. We are here live in
Shenandoah!
We are out on the trail here after about 20 miles of hiking and backpacking.
Yeah, I think so far.
Yeah. So
We've got another day tomorrow, but it's, I think, only 5.5 miles, I think, in total, so it's not too bad.
The shot out, downhill and out, back to the car.
Yeah.
But we hit Old Rag on the first day.
Well,
right?
Where do we want to start? Do we want to start there, or do we want to start with the car ride?
Car ride with the best soundtrack in the world.
Oh, thank you so much. That was I was fishing for that one.
Yeah, he was.
car ride was exceptional.
Curated playlist by none other than Brian for one of the better car rides of the of our history.
It had, I think, 7 hours of music in that playlist. I think it was like 120 or 130 songs.
Yeah, and
for just curated genius.
Well, for men our age, at least. I don't know if everybody would agree, but most of our demographic.
It had a little bit of everything. It was a melting pot, as you would say.
Yeah.
I think anybody could listen to the whole playlist and walk away with something they like.
I think so. Yeah.
That was the goal. I wanted to hit everybody at least one time with one song.
We should share the playlist.
Share the playlist?
We should share the playlist.
It's called Boy Ride.
It's called Boy
because we were boys riding in the car.
It's terrible.
We could post it, sure. I'll figure out how we do that.
Good collection of things.
Yeah. Boy Ride playlist.
It's just what we listen to on the ride home, or ride to the trailhead.
But yeah, no, I mean the drive out, we left early on Thursday
morning.
Thursday morning.
Like around 5 a.m.
Yes, we were actually out in the car driving by 5 a.m.
Yeah,
which is wild.
Which is a first, I think.
We've said we're going to do early mornings many times, and it's been like leave at 5. We actually get on the road at 6:30. So we were actually
the
up and
discipline in this group lately. The discipline was incredible.
It was a lot, yeah.
And we knew we had to time up our to some extent because Andrew, who's coming with us, lives in DC, so he was meeting us out. We had to time up our arrival at the same time. So
we wanted to try to get to the trailhead at 12.
Yeah,
that was the goal, and we did.
We did.
We knew we had to hike a bit to get to camp, so we wanted to give ourselves time for dinner.
I think it was 12:15 when we started hiking.
Yeah, we
hit the time. Lined everything up really well.
We hit the time, and that was there was a section that had a lot of traffic because there was a repaving a road or something.
Oh,
so
it was down to one lane.
We lost probably a good 20 or 30 minutes. Because of that. But no, that worked out perfect. Weather's just been absolutely gorgeous since
it's been a little hot.
It's been a little hot.
Day one Thursday was a little hot.
Yesterday I got a little hot. Yeah, but
I mean, it's clear skies.
Yeah, it's been otherwise perfect.
Yeah,
a little bit of a breeze, kind of when you need it. But it's the coupling up of going uphill all the time, and it's hot.
The first 2 days were uphill all the time. So we parked at White Oak Boundary parking lot. There was plenty of parking, I would say.
Yeah,
decent amount.
And there was a ranger there. Who was super helpful.
Yeah. Very helpful. He did check to see if we had national park passes and backcountry permits. So which we did.
They've been pretty on top of that. We've got that checked twice since.
We had another one checked after the first night by park rangers who were there. But we parked there. Plenty of parking. Felt safe. Shouldn't have to worry about anything like that.
We did start going up the wrong trailhead at first for about a quarter of a mile and then turn around.
We did, yes. We were going
classic
the opposite.
Trail Theory move.
Well, we were like, we're going clockwise, right? Nope, we were going counterclockwise. So.
Yeah, so we had to turn around.
So we'll get to see that quarter mile of a trail tomorrow.
That little bridge that we crossed. It was nice.
It'll be lovely.
So kicking off was, everything went super smooth, which not that it ever really doesn't go smooth. It was just like, got there, did our thing.
Timed up. We were synced up,
We were just ripping. And then, that first... We had to go up the road there for probably a good.
It was a mile. I think it was about a mile of a dirt road.
Yeah, and it was just up, and so it's like it's fire road, access road, or something.
Yeah, it was just like a steady incline. Like if you put the treadmill to about what it goes to max, that's kind of what it is.
About what it was,
for about a mile, and then we started hitting more elevation.
Right, and actually on trail though.
Yeah. Right. I might take my phone out to refer to the trail a little bit just to give us some names and stuff, but
because I'm trying to think. We went up a lot.
Yeah.
Until eventually we hit Old Rag,
The top of Old Rag, which was really cool.
Right, which was fantastic. I know there was a couple lookouts leading up to that, which were awesome.
Yeah, we got a little taste, a little preview, a little window into what we were kind of hiking along.
Yeah, and then a lot of people out, even on Thursday.
A lot of day hikers.
And then at the top of Old Rag, I know there was like 40 people on the summit because there was a school group or something.
Yeah. We've never seen that many people on the trail ever.
Yeah, that was wild.
So they were all day hiking. It might have been a school thing. They looked like they were all part of the same class.
It had to have been a school thing.
Yeah. And it was, which was cool, but man, it was packed.
Yeah, we nice to have that space a little more secluded.
Yeah, we didn't really get to enjoy that, I don't think, as much as we could have.
Just past the summit, we rock hopped for like a mile and a half.
I mean, that mile and a half of like climbing.
Going through the little caverns.
Going through the caverns. Oh my God. We made a couple, maybe we'll put them in, a couple really stupid, spoofy kind of like little clips of us in a cave.
Yeah.
But.
So we are cave diving right now in the middle of the Andes. I'm so scared. And we are very lost. And I don't know how we're gonna get out of here.
Oh, wait, it's right there.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Never mind. We're good.
All right. Thanks, guys.
We're good. Thank you for carrying. Oh, I was so scared for a second.
Well, we kept so after the summit. So I guess if you're going the traditional way, you're going clockwise because most people were. You would have hit this stuff first on your way up to Old Rag.
Right.
So we were going down it, but like every turn there was just some weird scramble you had to do. And then there'd be this like cavern you had to go in and under and pop out through.
And there were a lot of points, I kept thinking about this too, that felt like when we did Saddleback Cliffs at 80K, it felt like that. Like, I mean, obviously like the steepness and the depth of it, like the overhang of falling off was a little less risky, but it's still, there were a couple points where it was like you just kind of had to trust your body and like slide a little bit or like reach for that next hold.
Right.
I tell you what, that might have been single-handedly one of my favorite days of hiking to this day.
I think so too.
Without a doubt.
It was just fun.
It was so much fun. And like we put our trekking poles away and we were like we were basically like pulling ourselves up some of these sections. It was a blast.
Yeah, and I was in the moment. I didn't even have to think much about it. I was like, this is definitely, in terms of the trail itself, the best hiking I've ever done. The most fun hiking I've ever had.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a blast. It wasn't like the most challenging section, but it was hard enough, and like you had to have certain handholds. It was awesome.
Right, and like we'd take a turn, and so like Andrew was typically up at the front. I was behind him, and I'd hear him go, "Oh, no way!" And I'd go up there, and I'm just geeking out like a schoolboy. I see this cool little like we gotta basically. Not like spelunking or whatever, but you got to climb like down.
Yeah, but it kind of felt like there were some areas where we were like slipping through.
I mean, there was this one. It was in the shape of a V. And it was very 127 hours-esque, where in the middle of this V where you had to go down through, there was a huge boulder just right there.
Yeah, it felt like we were in the Maze Runner.
Yeah. It was wild. That was super fun.
And then interspersed throughout it you're still up high.
Yeah.
Like not at the summit, obviously. But
yeah, so you get beautiful views.
So you'd pop out of this thing and there'd be this little breakout through the rocks, and then you have the view again. Mm-hmm. And man, it was just the perfect mix of fun and beauty, and we had nothing but sunshine. So like we were huffing and puffing up the hill while we were scrambling and stuff. We were just having fun. Like, it was hot, but it didn't feel. I wasn't dying, you know.
Yeah, incredible.
Mm-hmm. So absolutely incredible. And then eventually sort of pumped out, and we started the descent,
going down.
And so we got to talk on that because this was the first time we've ever had this happen. We heard someone yelling for help.
Oh yeah.
We did. Yeah.
So we should talk about that because it was a little bit like uncanny at first. It was like, did you guys hear that? What was that?
Yeah, it was weird. It didn't sound like it was coming from like above. It was. I almost thought you guys were screwing around.
We thought Andrew.
But it wasn't screwing around saying help. It was just someone, saying
making
something,
noise,
right?
Because I couldn't hear what the words were, and it didn't sound like urgent.
It didn't sound like any of us either at the end. And so then I was in the back at that point, and we kept hearing it again. And I waited just a little bit longer, so it was like nothing. There was complete silence, and then we heard help again.
Yeah.
And so I took my pack off and I started going up to see this woman there, and she's like, I don't know where we are. I can't find the trail. I said, it's all right, no worries. I've got a map. And she goes, oh, we have a map too. We have AllTrails. I was like, oh, okay. So then I heard another person come through, some guy she was with, and it seemed like the problem was they didn't know because of all those rock sections and those boulders and stuff like that.
And we lost it a couple times too.
It was hard to see where some of the marks were, I think, from coming up from that side. And so they just didn't see a blue blaze or anything like that, and maybe they didn't want to, rely solely on their GPS or whatever. But we got them on the trail. I showed them where the next part to go, where they could actually see a marker was, and they had their map up, and they were clearly on the route still. So
and some of the,
that was good.
Some of the scramble sections where it's not obvious. Because you're just going over,
and then it's another big rock.
Right, you're going over a big rock, and you hope at the other side of it you'll be able to see kind of where the next.
That's weird. I almost kind of forgot about that little thing there.
Well, we saw that, and then we also, luckily, I think if we hadn't have heard her, I think she would have been. There was another group coming up behind her. That was going in that direction.
But I'm glad we did. I'm glad we were able to help out. Not all heroes wear capes, so
somewhere north face.
Somewhere north face.
But we saw. So that was awesome. We've seen some pretty cool groups out though. There was that one family.
Like,
oh my God, I cannot believe it,
Seven kids. So mom and dad brought their 7 kids out, one of whom was
an infant.
In a baby Bjorn, basically.
And
going through some of those sections would have been challenging.
When we first saw them, came across them, it was at the top before we had started going down into the crazy stuff. And they're like, oh, that's cool,
Yeah.
And then they went past us. And so then we proceeded to go down through the stuff that they had just come up.
Yeah.
And we're like, every step I'm like, they did this.
With a baby?
7 kids
with
and
a baby?
And then we ended up seeing them at the end of the day because they were heading back to their car.
I mean, none of the kids looked like they looked like they had the best day ever.
The dad looked like he had a smile on his face.
Oh,
but I'm
yeah,
like,
he was stoked.
God bless him.
Yeah,
he must have lifted those kids 80 times that day.
For sure.
Oh, dude, that guy got a pass on anything he was eating the rest of the day.
Man.
Calorie burns.
But yeah, they look like they had a great time. So yeah, young school groups out having a blast.
Yeah.
Families out. It's been cool to see people
We've
out.
definitely seen a lot of people.
Yeah.
Pretty much every day we've seen a lot of people. This is our 3rd day.
Yeah.
So one more.
It's gotten less though. It's definitely like at the beginning when we were on Old Rag, there were a lot of people, and it was very obvious that there was a lot of day hiking going on.
Yeah,
well, because they're parking and doing Old Rag
and doing like a long hike.
Well,
and then
we're on the AT now.
So we've been on the AT all day today, but or pretty much was all day. But you can tell like when you're about to approach like a spot that had a parking lot or a trail that led to a parking lot, because then the people really did start to kind of to explode there. But and
so
then
we ended up
after
getting down through all that,
we were 0 water.
Right, water's been
after that.
Day one,
on
water
that first
was a little
day,
tricky. Yeah,
we each carried 2 liters of water, and I think I was completely out.
I was almost cashed at the end. Yeah.
Well, I think let's talk about that for a second, because I feel like that was maybe the first time we'd ever felt, maybe not first time, but short a few times, like where we felt really started to feel stressed about the water scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
Because first off, it was like 80 degrees. Mm-hmm. We were working really hard.
Yeah, I was dripping.
And it was like we didn't quite know when we were going to find it and see it. And then fortunately where we ended up camping, we were in good shape, but the like not knowing what the actual source is before you start to like chug your water is like a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so I was definitely rationing pretty significantly for that second half of the day.
Yeah, a few of them are, I'm going to take a drink now because I'm thirsty, but a few of them were like, and that's all I'm going to do for like the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was like a little like quick hit.
Just something to kind of like keep your mouth water,
and to trick your body and to trick your, into thinking you're actually taking more
pounding
than you are.
Water,
But no, so very hot day, but it was cool. We got down the other end, plenty of water once we got down there, and then but campsites not a ton. We ended up
if we would have kept going
first night, we would have had something. If we would have went another 2-ish miles, I think we would have had some better camp. We ended up for camp night 1. We ended up basically in
a parking lot,
but it wasn't a parking lot because it was only accessible to the park rangers.
It was kind of like a passway for the rangers.
Yeah, it was for the rangers specifically
to park their cars. Yeah, it was gated off
because it was gated. There was padlocks on the gate and stuff like that, so you couldn't even just open it up. Only the park rangers had access to it.
Yeah, which was, honestly, it was fine. It was flat. We didn't need anything that night other than just to.
And it was by water. It was by water, and that was important.
And we didn't know for sure how much further up those next sets of campsites were.
Right.
Which, in hindsight, those campsites would have been absolutely...
They would have been fine.
Primo.
Yeah,
but
they were further up, though, by decent
by
It was
margin.
2 miles. It was at least 2 miles.
Easily, it was pretty far, yeah.
But it was still, I actually slept really well that first night.
Same.
It was kind of hot still.
It was hot.
But it was really buggy.
Very buggy.
It was super buggy. I had so many flies go into my eyeball and I've had to like fish out.
That's right. That first day, I swallowed a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
Coming down off
Maybe that's why you didn't eat as much that night, because you were already pretty full.
I feel like I ate a lot that
You
night.
still ate a lot that night.
I think we've eaten with like reckless abandon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of food consumed.
Yeah.
And we haven't
really
even
has.
started talking about day 2 yet. So once we get there, that'll
Yeah, I mean,
even add
so
to the noise.
Day 1 ended. I'm glad we did counterclockwise for a lot of reasons, not just on day 1, but we got to hit Old Rag right off the rip.
Yeah.
And
It's such a cool
hearts
spot.
were heavy and full
Right.
at that point.
Oh,
When we
man.
had passed that, it was like, oh.
And it just
I think
set the
we were-
stage for the rest of the.
I really do that. We were all kind of hiking through. We were like, this reminds me of this trail. This reminds me of
Right.
this
Yeah,
trail.
yeah.
And it was like all the best hits.
Right.
You're like, is this the best trail we've been on? I don't know. We've only been on it for like 4 miles.
So
I'm not
that
sure,
was
but like,
that kept going through my mind, and then the fact of like, oh shoot, we have 2 more days.
Right.
Is this trail gonna stink after this? Like,
Or
is this the cool part? And then
does
if
it keep
nothing
building?
else is good.
I will say, even if that was the case, which it hasn't been, but that part, I would still say that's like
it was still worth
Come
it.
back to do
that
the
come
loop
back
for
to
that
just do that.
section.
that carve out is the best hiking I've ever done.
I made a huge error the first day
Yes,
You did.
didn't
on my
listen.
feet.
Yeah.
I used Swiftwick socks, which are like a synthetic, because I knew it was going to be a little hotter. And I'm like, oh, I should wear a more breathable sock because I'm wearing my Ultras that are Gore-Tex. I don't know if it's Gore-Tex or not. But
Yeah,
I think
whatever
maybe
their
Gore-Tex is.
proprietary stuff
They're not
is.
going to breathe as well. And I'm like, oh, I want my feet to be a little breathier. That was a mistake. I ended up getting some really bad rubbing.
You compounded the mistake.
Yeah, and
by once you even told us, you're like, I'm feeling some hot spots.
I did.
some
I
rubbing.
did.
Maybe
I
I
did
should
the thing.
stop.
I did the thing that we tell people you shouldn't do. I was like, I feel rubbing. Everyone's like, you should stop them to dry. I'm like, we're not that far from camp.
let's
I'll be
get
okay.
to the top first.
I'll just be, and then did I even address them at the top of the
You did.
Old Rag? Did I? Okay. But the damage was done. So I've been dealing with blisters the last
Yeah.
couple days, which has not been fun. Today was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yesterday, towards the end of yesterday, like the last half of yesterday was pretty bad with my feet. And then I also got chafed.
Yeah.
There was some medic stuff that I was doing at camp last night.
You had
Fine now, completely fine now, but there was
We'll spare you the gory details. But
there was some
you were
nut butter
there
is
was-
great. Guys, nut butter. Get nut butter if you're chafy. Nut butter and some baby powder. I would recommend
Problem
that
solved,
highly.
apparently.
Yeah, I'd recommend that highly.
Yeah, you were struggling yesterday.
It's okay.
So
I mean,
we
but
should-
also
We're
yesterday
here.
was.
We're here. Yesterday was an ass kicker.
We need to talk about it just briefly.
No,
because
we'll
we need
absolutely need to talk
We
about
need
it.
to acknowledge what we did.
Yeah.
The first night is we did kick the hacky sack.
Ooh, we did.
Yes.
And
we did do that.
We
did
hit
okay.
the threshold where it's like, oh, we stink at this, we stink at this, we stink at this, and all of a sudden,
It's like, okay, a little bit
Okay.
of a rhythm.
Yeah,
okay,
you
this
get
starts
into
to
it.
feel good and exciting, and we're very excitable.
Yep, you get
Yes.
into it.
So
Always
that
fun.
did happen. We lost the light a little sooner
Got a
than we
little. It got dark quick.
It did
hard,
get
it's
dark
hard
quick.
to track a hacky sack when it's in like dusk.
It was very dark.
But
I was just trying to pull the map up here.
we had a lot of fun.
That was a good day one. We were right along the river as well, so we could cast
Yeah.
some water, drink what we wanted for the evening, cook our meals, all that. It was that part was awesome.
Yeah, and yes, the second part of day one was just fun. Day two was just straight up an ass kicker all day.
Yeah, we basically went down just a little bit. We went. From.
It was beautiful.
We did about a mile hike down to the lowest
floor,
point.
Yeah.
And then from there we had to the first point we had 7 to 11. So we had 3 miles. 8, 9, 10, 11. I did math
go.
right.
There you
So
go.
we had 3 miles of just straight up
Yeah.
to the first point. And then after that, we did a mile and a half down. And then from there, we did this. So it's at 12.5. We went to 16.2.
Yeah, so
another 3.5, 4 miles of just straight up.
Yeah,
so
not a lot of reprieve.
It was
at all on those ups.
There was zero flat, no flat. It was either up or down.
Yeah.
But that got me. A lot of the up.
Yeah.
Your guys' pace is fast.
We were cooking.
Your uphill pace is quick. I think we averaged, even my pace averaged 2.5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
We were cooking this whole trip.
And then today we averaged 3 to 3.5 miles an hour.
Well, today was flat. So we were in our
going
not
uphill really
mode.
flat. It was like
also
this.
Today we got to remember we heard that there might be some rain.
Yeah, we were trying to cook it.
So,
but before we get to today, we got
to address day number 2.
Last night. Day number 2. I mean, day number 2 was just, the story is we went up all day.
It
was sweaty and it was hard and it was amazing.
It was still pretty hot.
But it was...
and at some point we saw a man on the trail.
Yeah.
Who worked for the PC? It was a PCAT. PCAT, I think, is he's like a trail maintenance guy for the AT. I can't remember that guy's name. But that guy was great, and we had kind of asked him. We were picking his brain about some locations, et cetera,
for camp. This is before we got to camp. Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, you should just stay at the Skyland Inn and just
go to the lodge.
Bed there." It's like, oh shoot, well, we didn't reserve that, and we weren't planning on doing that.
Yeah.
And then
we didn't even know that it
was
really
existed.
Right.
So and then we started, we were walking away from him, and I don't know, maybe like within a mile down the trail, I think it was Andrew who said, "Do you think the Skyland Resort has a bar?"
Well, he asked the guy.
No, we said that.
We said that beforehand. Andrew asked him. He's like, "Hey, is there a bar there?"
Yeah, is there a bar there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there actually is a bar there.
And then all of a sudden, the entire day took a little bit of a turn. An ominous turn towards we might be able to get like
dinner,
a proper
food,
bit of beer, and some beer.
And it was only a
0.4
miles away from where we were camping.
Yeah,
we're like,
let's touch base on that too. So we get to our campsite. And it was very clearly one of those like big dispersed AT sites where, there were probably 8 to 10 spots where single tents could be up. Right. We got it. It was epic. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Didn't have access to water, but we knew we were going to walk a little bit further to get some from the resort.
Right.
And we figured, well, if we can get a bite to eat, we'll do that. So, but the spot we were at was one of my favorite campsites that I think we've been at.
It was a great camp spot.
Best bear bag hang that's ever been.
Untouchable.
There's some pictures and footage of that. We'll get that in here.
It was
a sight to behold.
A first throw masterpiece of a bear hang. Incredible.
And then we packed up our water bottles and went up to the resort and proceeded to have burgers and beer.
We had burgers, beer, fries. We had
access to
cold Gatorades.
Access to a gift shop that had a snack wall.
And the nicest waiter in the planet. Shout out to Don.
Don,
without us even asking, took all of our water bottles. He filled them up.
Yeah, he did.
Can I fill that up for you?
What a guy.
Yeah.
We were joking that he would maybe drive us to the next station on the trail.
If we asked him.
He was so nice.
He was so nice, dude.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And he's had some cool adventures himself. He said that him and his buddy went up to Denali and were hiking in Denali and stuff.
Well, they were working there.
And then they were also working there in the national park.
He works at the national parks.
Yeah.
Was working in Alaska and was able to do some stuff in Denali.
That's super cool.
So what else was cool about going into that restaurant, we sat down and then we kind of turned around and we saw the gentleman that we saw on the mountain for the second time of the trip.
Yep.
And he was very much like, I found you. Yeah. And then he did very quickly tell us it was going to rain today, and to which we didn't know. And then he he was like, I'm out. Yeah. Which was totally cool, but it was really good to know.
He mentioned that it was going to start raining today when we were recording at 3. It is 1:24 at this point.
It looks okay, but
starting to
it cooled off a little bit.
Cool.
The breeze kind of came in and cooled off a little bit, but
it was fun to see him for the second time. It was funny.
He was there with
some
other his buddies
volunteers.
going to eat dinner.
Yeah,
it's kind of a neat little piece.
Food was good. Burger was good. Yeah. Fries were good.
We sat on a couch.
We sat on a couch for a little bit, which was great.
We used a real bathroom.
An actual bathroom, which was
always a perk.
That's always nice.
And when you're not expecting that, it's not like we've been out here for weeks, or you're out here for one night, but we're not expecting that. We're expecting to sleep in a tent, shit in a hole, the whole thing. It's like, and there's there's a resort here.
Our experiences from when we first started backpacking to now, there's definitely like, if there's a creature comfort to be had, we're taking that card for sure.
You know, it's interesting. I think when we started doing this, or even midway through, we were like, we got to make it hard. We got to make it challenging.
There was a period.
We got to deserve it. We got to beat ourselves. And I feel like now, and like that was kind of what the trips were supposed to be. And I feel like now we're all just like, if we're hanging out, if we're together, if we're just spending some uninterrupted quality time as friends, matters. I think that's all that I care about.
And if you can do that comfortably, great. And I mean, and we paid for it. We had a hard day.
I mean, dude.
And then we still went back to camp and slept in our
we
tent.
still slept in a tent. It's not like we didn't get the lodge.
It's not like we had a shelter or anything. Jeez.
It's not like tonight.
All right, so let's dip into, so after that, we went back to our cabin, or excuse me, our tents.
Yeah.
We enjoyed no campfires, but we had our little fire lantern, so we enjoyed some cold beers.
Lots of snacks.
And we bought candies and fudge from the...
you guys bought candy and fudge.
So much snack.
It was exceptional. So we have been eating very well, and frankly, we've been drinking very well, too.
Define well.
Oh, we've been eating like trash.
We've been eating a lot
We've been eating like
stuff.
raccoons the last 24 hours.
So this morning we woke up knowing the potential for rain.
Right.
And we started huffing to what we thought was going to be a campsite, and then we had a discussion about if there's a shelter, we take it.
And you forgot, when we started the day off, we ran into our friend a third time.
That's right.
We did. Is that still, I want to make sure this is still, I can't see the light.
But no, so we ran into our friend a third time this morning.
With two of the buddies.
And they had a chainsaw.
Right.
I have footage of this.
Yeah, you're going to have to put footage.
I got some good photos of him too.
So yesterday, when we saw him up on the lookout, he was eating his lunch and everything. He was just out doing recon, basically, trying to find any down trees that needed to be chainsawed, any cleanup that needed to be done. And then so this morning, he was out with the actual crew, and they were mid chainsaw.
And last night they were out having some brews.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're out.
I'm ready to volunteer.
But so we sat and talked to them for a little bit. Talked about trips we'd done. One of the guys had been to the Winds.
Just last year was in the Winds. Did the same circ route. They said we have to go to the Tetons.
I said Middle Teton.
He said you guys have to go back and go to the Tetons and backpack the Tetons. And he mentioned that there were some really cool hikes to do, to where it was like a big day hike and then come back. So that might be where we do like a base camp thing. Even a car camp kind of thing, and we're able to go out and keep going back and kind of do those big days, which would be a lot of fun.
They were those guys were awesome. One guy was like super jazzed to see us, and he was just wanted to share all the stories in the world, which was it was super cool. And then in talking to them, we found out there was a shelter. They pulled their map up, which is better than AllTrails, or at least
they had more
waypoints
because we didn't have signal.
And found that there's supposed to be a shelter along our path where we were planning on going today anyway.
It was earlier. The one that we were talking about was a little closer to where we were with them than this one is here that we are now.
Oh, okay. So they weren't talking about this.
They weren't talking about this one specifically. There was another one that they were talking about. I didn't even see the trail off for that. Maybe it went up towards the road or something. We
also weren't looking for it. So
we weren't looking very hard.
But we found the Rock Creek. Is it Rock Creek or Rock Hill?
Well, Rock Creek Hut is where we are.
That's
the cabin. Yeah. That's the hut.
It's a really nice lean-to. It's got
2 floors.
Yeah,
well, it's got a
little
upper
bunk.
Oh, Rock Spring.
Rock Spring.
Not Creek.
Rock Spring.
Rock Spring Hut. Yeah. That's right.
This is actually where I had proposed us, if we were going to go clockwise, this would have been our first night stay.
Yeah.
So I did know that there was like a bathroom signal or sign on the AllTrails map, which it does have a really smelly, gross outhouse.
Well, I mean, what
every single person on the AT has ever used.
It's okay. We're grateful that it's here, and we're grateful that people take care of it. But it is a you wait to you have to do your business to do your business. You're going to sit there and
you're not gonna do any coaxing.
No. You want to get in and get out.
You're not going to sit there and read the paper.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Scroll around on Instagram.
But this is a really, really pretty area that we're in. We're like at the base, kind of a little bit of a downhill, little flat area, and then it goes back down here.
Big overlook out into the
and look at how steep it gets.
It does get steep.
Like really quickly,
really fast.
That's what we get to go down tomorrow. Yay!
Yes.
And
after we go up.
Assuming it is gonna, I mean, we'll get some rain. It's just, we're debating. We don't know if it's gonna be light or if we're gonna get hammered, but we're gonna be able to sit in a lean-to,
right,
and just enjoy the storm,
the noise and the storm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now the beauty of this early day today and this dinner we had last night, we each had 2 extra meals. We each had 2 dinners, so we made a large lunch.
We
a
did.
freeze-dried meal, and then we'll have the opportunity to make another
meal
full
for
meal for dinner, which feels like pretty good success.
And probably have plenty of snacks left.
I definitely packed too much food.
So I was telling Alex this earlier before we started recording. Normally, I think on every trip, I try to pack exactly what I need for food, because I'd feel like I don't want to carry too much extra. And I'm not bringing too much candy and all that stuff. And for some reason, maybe it's because I was packing last minute for this trip, I just went overboard with this. I mean, I went crazy, and I packed so much food. I must have had at least 12 pounds of food in my pack. I wasn't carrying a tent.
I had almost 8 pounds of food, which is way too much for me.
I normally have 10, and I was way over that.
I didn't weigh mine, but dude. I'm in the overpacked camp.
It was
but
funny.
I'm so glad we've had so much time to just sit and chill.
Yeah.
I'm just eating with abandon at this point, and I don't have to worry about it because I've got plenty of food.
Yeah.
We've just also been snacking a lot.
I had got my food like the day before. I was real late on getting prepped for this trip.
On the way to Alex's the night before is when I
This is when you did? Yeah. Oh, that's true. You did the
So.
night before, but I went and got groceries, and I had like 4 grocery bags, and I sat them down in my living room to start kind of packing stuff out and putting them in Ziplocs and stuff. And my wife, Kaylee, she comes out, she goes, that's a lot of food. I'm like, oh, not all of this is going to go. We're going to have tons of leftovers. It's like, no, all of that almost went. There were very few leftovers that I were just staying at the house.
Isn't it funny how that happens so quickly? It's like, dang.
Yeah.
But it does show. Like, I still have a decent amount of food left.
I'll have a little bit left over.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was mainly all the, like, snacks.
Right. Snacks.
Like, I haven't been snacking as much as I used. Like, I still have a ton of Gushers. I still have a ton of fruit roll-ups.
I'll help you with those tonight.
I barely have taken any drip off of my nerd clusters. Like, I haven't been snacking a ton.
I volunteer as tribute to help you with that this evening because
lighten my load a little
I
bit.
just cached my nerds clusters.
I'll give you some nerds clusters
before recording.
I'm a nice guy.
That's my last little bit of candy.
Damn.
So yeah, this trail has given us an insane amount of challenge in like really intense bursts.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's your reward.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. I'm just kind of curious because I'm sitting here reflecting on this. What has been what's your overall assessment of this trail? Just generally.
Like a 9 out of, like a something out of 10? Like
give it a grade, give it a like what's your feel like?
I think it's the perfect mix. Of like leisure, luxury, and challenge.
Yeah.
Because usually you get one or the other. Where, you know, when we shoot on Manistee sometimes. It's a beautiful place, but the one thing for me is that it was kind of easy, right?
Yes.
But in being easy, it felt like it was almost too casual. This, you've got parts where it's like, this is insanely hard. Mm-hmm. And people out there, like if I wasn't in the shape that I'm in, I would be having a really, really hard time with this. And then it like lets you off and it's like, well, here you go, have fun.
A nice little spot.
Right. So I like that. You get the best of both worlds.
It is a fun trail. I would 100% do this trip again.
Yeah.
I agree. It's very eclectic of what it offers. It has a lot. Terrain-wise, it had a lot of really fun, like we were talking about those big rock sections and going into like these little cave things and coming out the other side. Like that was a lot of fun. Honestly, just the trail itself, when you're not in that kind of crazy stuff, has been beautiful as well. Like the trees probably started getting green here a few weeks ago, so they're not full on or anything like that. So you can kind of see through some of them, but it's still very green, very pretty. The trail has been super maintained and very
it's so
upkept.
well maintained.
So thank you to all the volunteers that do that.
Even like especially now where I feel like it's early in the season and there's been a lot of storms, we've seen a lot of downed stuff.
Yeah.
But the trail itself has been, other than a few
pretty
sections where you could tell a fresh tree just came down, it's been really, really great.
Yep. So
easy to follow.
Yeah, I would put this up there with some of my favorite trips we've done.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I keep coming back to just how fun this trail is.
Yeah.
That's probably the best
And
word
you said
for
it too, like I was trying to sum it up in one kind of way, but fun is what I would describe. And even, we talked about that first kind of rock scramble-y area after Old Rag. That was a moment where, and again, I wouldn't say that we've had the most incredible views the entire trip.
Right.
But the parts where we've had those scrambles or coming around a bend or something, that has really contributed to just the enjoyment of the trail. Sometimes you have those lulls where there's some part of it where it's like, it's kind of, you're just kind of hiking, right? But, and I feel like we didn't even have time or opportunity to think about those kind of lulls. There would just be something really interesting or some crazy rock scramble or whatever. And I mean, there were a lot of wows around that area. And that was such a neat thing to experience.
It was cool.
And take the views completely out of it. It still would have been
fun.
Right. It was incredible.
And I feel like I've always, because water hasn't been a major issue, but we've had to think about it.
We've had to think about it, yeah.
And even that, of like there's parts where you zone out on the trail and you just kind of go. And that happens here still. But I'm always like thinking, it's like, I got to be thinking about water.
It is kind of like, it's nice sometimes to be totally careless and not even thinking about water in the slightest. But I do kind of...
Got to be intentional here.
I kind of enjoy that. And I guess maybe knowing what we know now, we've never really been that far from water.
Right. Yeah.
Like the first day stretch was a little bit, and we were a little nervous because we didn't know.
It's the uncertainty of like, we might be far from water. And then we end up passing like 3 streams. It's like, sweet. So we fill up. But it makes you think about it. It's not just completely carefree, like, I'm just going for a walk in the woods.
And I know I'll find water. It'll be no big deal. Yeah. There's been a certain level of caution, which has been good.
Yeah. And it's, and so today, we were just...
We trucked, dude.
We completely destroyed the 5 miles or so that we had to get here. So we got here at like noon, like before.
Earlier than
we ate lunch at camp.
And it's, that, and it was not hard hiking, but after 2 days of really, really hard hiking.
It was definitely appreciated.
Right. A nice little easy stint and a full half day to sit here at this awesome spot.
Yeah. If you're going to be at a spot for a longer time, this is the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we love that, right? I think that's kind of, there's a certain comfort. I mean, we were, I think, done with lunch at 12:30. Yeah. All of us had eaten a freeze-dried meal at 12:30.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice to not have to stress about how fast we need to move or go somewhere. It's just like,
and
we can chill.
It's because it's an established spot and we've got a fireplace. We can have a fire. And it's like, it says it on the thing. It says it's on the rule board. It says we can. Even though across the park, I think there's no dispersed camping. You can't have fires. But right there, you're allowed to. So being able to chill tonight around an actual fire is going to be sweet.
Yeah. It's going to be a real treat is the right word to say. And like we'll be able to do a little hacky sack.
Yeah, definitely get some hacky sack.
Hopefully don't get pounded with rain. It looks good right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's cooled off a bit. I definitely feel like it's cooled off a little bit.
Since we started recording, it's dropped about 10 degrees.
I'm looking forward to putting some socks on and getting comfy for sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be an enjoyable night. And then tomorrow, we bust out.
We'll pack up and get ready to go.
That's all she wrote.
Well, we have a from what the guy said today, the volunteers for the AT, they said that
good lookout tomorrow.
We have the best Hawksbill, the best lookout. It's a 360 view. I don't actually think you can drive exactly up to it like you could for Mount Mitchell.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be kind of like that, but it looks like you have to actually hike in from that parking lot about like 0.7 miles to get to actual top.
He said
so we're hiking through up to the top and then down. So in order to get back, we have to go up a little bit to that spot. But I'm looking forward to seeing that view.
Last, really awesome vista. Which,
I mean, just a payoff right at the end.
Forgot about, was it Mount Stony?
Little Stony,
Big Stony that we...
We in hindsight, we should have just done it. But we lopped it off.
We lopped it off today because we weren't sure about the rain. But we saw Little Stony. We didn't see Big Stony. And they were like, I don't know, they're maybe 100 feet from each other.
I feel like I didn't miss out too much, but
we really saw the view.
Little Stony was pretty sweet.
It was still nice.
Place.
Yeah.
But at the end, I mean, I know we just said what we feel about the trail, but if you have not been out here and you have the opportunity,
it's a special place.
Shenandoah is awesome, and it's crazy that we're only a 5.5 hour drive from where we live in Ohio.
And we've done a great job of avoiding this trail for a long time.
Yeah, for one particular reason, because of the no campfire thing. But even that was, I mean, at this point, it's like, who cares? I don't want to deter it.
Right. And I
think us to have that deterred from a great trail.
I was talking to Andrew while we were walking. I think part of it is it's just time of year just becomes more of a factor.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of years we've done this. We go early in the spring and
where it's cold.
And it's like both times you're catching some potentially really cold weather.
Yeah.
Right. A fire, it can be a problem.
It changes things.
This year, it's almost May.
But still, it could have been really. I mean, a week ago it would have been chilly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it snowed a week ago at our place. So.
True. But I mean, it's. I think we're evolving a bit. It's like it's not as big of a deal for us anymore.
And there's a ton. I mean, like we said in the last episode, with the trip prep episode, there's 500 plus miles of hiking trails in Shenandoah National Park. So we can come back here for years.
Which is wild. How's that compared to 80K Adirondacks?
I don't know.
No clue.
We should look.
80K is
massive.
Huge.
I know, but I mean,
it's definitely 80K has definitely got more.
Even if you said this was a third, I would be very impressed. I mean, 500 is a lot, and I feel like
we did 30.
Right, we've covered none of that
when we're done.
Yeah.
In grand scheme of things, that's nothing.
Yeah, it makes me want to see what else is out here and how you can put stuff together.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of options out here. So
makes you want to go stay at Skyland for like a week and then
just shoot out,
just do everything,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a gorgeous place, beautiful place.
I've been very happy with this trail.
Yeah, special place.
Very happy.
Up there towards the top of the list.
We haven't seen any rattlesnakes, which has been
a little bit
very
of a
nice.
I was hoping we were going to see.
We saw
very nice
evidence of bears.
No, I don't even think that was a bear. I think it was a dog. I still don't think bears exist.
A dog did not create scratches on it 10 feet up a tree.
Oh. You're right. You're totally right.
What were you talking about?
I thought you were talking about bear shit.
Oh, no, the tree.
I think that was kind of...
I do have footage of the tree.
Yeah.
There was a tree where we camped last night that had a lot of bear. So... Yes, there could be evidence of bears. I've never seen one before. So
the sign on the lean-to says this is a bear active area.
We'll see.
Maybe tonight we'll get an opportunity to hear some rustling around and check it out.
See Pooh Bear?
Yeah.
You never know.
You've got tons of honey.
I do have tons of honey. I'll put a little honey treat out by the
Pooh over here.
Yeah. I brought a 14-ounce squeezable container of Nate's honey. Shout out to Nate's.
That it's so much honey, dude.
I don't care about the weight. It's such a pro move.
It's so much honey.
Man, I need a little snack and a little sugar burst like halfway through the day. Boom. Put that on a tortilla with some peanut butter. Got a nice little dessert.
Honey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has been my peak food trip. I think I'm taking notes from this one. It's been good. It's been good.
It's so good to be out
stuff
here.
off the menu.
Yeah, man. Well,
nice.
I guess it's time to go back to the lean-to. And,
go back to lean-to maybe, do a little hacky sack. Oh, dude, I can't eat right now. I'm looking up at Andrew right now. Andrew's just running up the hill.
He's running up to the latrine.
Oh, he's running.
He's like, I got this. Has got to happen right
Good
now.
for you, buddy. Oh, man. Well, we appreciate you guys watching and listening. If you have any questions, maybe there's something that we did not cover, shoot us a comment down below. Shoot us an email. The email is trailtheorypod@gmail.com.
And thank you to everybody who has been emailing us, because we absolutely love when you guys email us. We just got an email from Eric.
Well, Eric was
about this trip
Shenandoah.
after our trip prep episode. We read it while we were on the way to the trail. So thank you for that. We have we've absolutely loved this park, and thank you for listening and contributing to what we're doing and the excitement around the podcast. So thank you.
And we should have brought one of the cards for the trivia. We should have brought one of the National Park trivia cards.
Missed opportunity.
We could have. They're small enough.
We could have. Yeah.
That's all right.
We screwed up.
We did. It's okay. It's okay. There's always
next time.
We
don't have Paul here to read it to us anyway.
That's true. That's true.
So,
one of us would have to,
Yeah.
So
it's just not the same.
We won't have any of the scores up for trivia. I think at this point right now, Austin is 2 and we're all 0s.
Yeah.
Because of pregame.
Plus, he's not here.
He's not here. It wouldn't have been fair.
We would have just been stacking points up. So.
All right. Well, if you haven't already, do really quickly like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Comment, email, do all the things. We're going to be at
Adventure Fest.
Yeah, we're going to be at Adventure Fest.
Probably in like a week.
A week from now, right?
From this release.
It's May 16th. If you're not there, that means you don't love us, I
T-shirts,
guess.
coffee, stickers.
Basically.
We got a booth full of stuff. Come
We're gonna
say
have.
hey.
It's gonna be super fun, and
Yeah.
the other vendors there, like you can see it on their Open Trail Collective website. The hosts that are throwing the Adventure Fest, but there's going to be a lot of really awesome vendors there, and a lot of really cool people, and a lot of really cool things. So even if you're out of state or something like that, come on out, hang out for the day. We're going to hang out after the thing is over. There's an after party down the street too, if you wanted to do that. There's a lot to do.
We're going to be there all day.
And
We'll be
don't
there all
forget
day.
that Brian last time said that if you come from out of state, he'll buy you a beer.
I still stand by that. If you come from out of state and your driver's license is an out-of-state driver's license and you are over 21, I will buy you a beer.
Oh, I like that disclaimer. That's good. That's good. We don't need to be going to jail. We got a podcast to run.
Thank you guys. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
You got to end this one.
Shenandoah!
The Trail Theory Podcast is sponsored by Audimute and Audio-Technica. Music by Dan Koch.